Hello everyone and welcome to the map Frostline. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. For match number 1 here, we're starting off with a Protoss versus Terran, or a Terran versus Protoss, depending on who you are rooting for. The upper right corner shall be the red probes. It is Ron Matic. Much faster, more streamlined than Ron Manual, if you will. And their opponent here, the blue Terran, blue SCVs, the bottom left belongs to a gent known as Timbo. Uh-oh, Terran music's playing. The music gods have decreed. Apparently Timbo is their favored individual here. We will see how things unfold with this Nexus first. Bit of an opener here, okay. Greedy Protoss, maybe a little bit, but I suppose see how it goes. Risky, but not entirely unjustified. Whoa, Nexus into 2-gate, huh? Oh, okay, I understand now. We have no idea what we're doing. Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, perfect. Excellent. What's a build anyways? Who needs that? Just look at whatever is on the icon, the command card in the bottom right. Make your choice from there. What looks the prettiest? What sounds really cool? You're like, well, the pros always get a Nexus pretty quick, but they don't get it first. So I think, you know what? It'll be better if I get it first. And that way I'm even better. Max packs? Yeah. Maybe you should try getting your Nexus first, huh? The great words of Ron Matic here. Reaper will just barely save this SCV, who I think might... Okay, no, they're not entirely locked out. But this is the only life they know. So this is the life they have. A bit of a hobo or a transient SCV here is having to go around the map, look around. He's just not allowed back at home. Ever since he flunked out, failed school, SCV parents just don't want to deal with him. They don't even look at him. Just a disappointment at this point. You're like, oh my gosh, that's so much worse than being angry. What did you do? That's what I want to know. What did this one do? This one's just looking at the tree. Okay, he's fine. He's just, got a horticulture hobby, but this one's clearly in the dunce corner. What happened to you, dear Zealot? I'll let you comment below. We can make up a story. Oh, the probes. Sacrifice. Blood for the blood god. Reaper will be destroyed, will be dealt with. So, yeah, I think story time. We need to figure out what happened. What did the Zealot do that earned him the dunce corner? Okay, let me know down below. If I like what you come up with, I like your idea, you get a heart, obviously. I'm always watching, I'm always reading those comments. We've got more Zealots, 3 gates. Okay, we do actually know what Warp Gate is, which is better than some, I will say. On the other side, how's the Terran doing? How's the Terran holding up? They have only slightly recovered, it would seem, from the existential dread that was Protoss's existence by seeing that initial probe. The command center not yet landed, not yet in the natural. Bunker still here, still not salvaged, which we know because the threat isn't over. Of course, Protoss still exists, Indigos. There's still Protoss on this map. They're out there, and unbeknownst to the dear Terran here, they're on their way. What happened to the other Zealots? Didn't we have... Oh, okay, they're just lagging a bit behind here. Our Hobo SCV spots the Protoss army. I don't think now's the time. I don't think now... Like, the time to land the command center was a fair bit ago. Or right now. He's using the command center to scout. It's like, I thought I saw Protoss here. Where'd they go? Oh my gosh, they were there, they were hiding. 2 stalkers, 4 zealots will stare angrily at the command center. I love it. The joy of viewer games here. We have a decorative, thus far, Liberator over by the Natural, which would probably be rather devastating. Gateways transforming into warp gates at long last. Stargates are going to be the tech choice. The existence of the Liberator is remembered, will be set up. How will Red respond? Pretty solid response, actually. Only losing 2 probes now because we didn't clear out the Vespine, but hey. Well, one of the stalkers is targeting the rocks, which is a little awkward, but they got the job done. Okay, the Liberator is dealt with. Over on the Terran side, are we comfortable enough to salvage the bunker yet? I don't think we need the bunker. We've got tanks, we've got Marines. Finally, we're going to be able to take the Natural command center. We're getting there. All the pieces, they're coming together. We haven't quite remembered about stim and shields yet, but we've got the tech labs. Okay, they're there for when we're ready. Okay, society only unlocks greatness when it is truly prepared and ready for it, I'm sure. A couple bunkers, a couple depots queued up. We understand we do need the wall. Gonna have that set, ready to go. Engineering bay, no, not yet. We do salvage the bunker though. Hey, that's a win. I like that. It shows a bit of comfort, a bit of understanding. I'm in control here. I have my Natural. We can move the siege tanks down a little bit if you want, or if you want to, it would be really kind of nuanced and getting up there. We leave one up by the command center, a little bit of defense. Second one down around here, because this, yeah, you see all of this? That's about to be prismed, in my eyes. There's going to be some blink stalkers and a warp prism right up here. And that scares me. That scares the Terran in me. So I would leave a siege tank, like right here. On the Protoss' side, we've drilled the Terran a bit for a minute now. We can see what the Protoss has been up to. And oh my, big surprise. Your bingo card, I know your bingo cards are already out because we had a Protoss player. You go ahead and cross off the Void Ray tile. If you have Void Ray on your bingo card, cross it off. You are good. Earned that one. Also, this portrait. This individual has the hybrid that's Destroyer. 1000 wins as random, I believe. I'm going to let that one sink in. I'm going to let that one sink in for a second. Yeah. Enjoy that thought. Scouting Marines, finding Nexus out on the map here. Nexuses will be scouted, will be shot at as well, which will anger the entire armada of chargeless zealots. The expenses, really, we have to get the budget under control. The research at the Twilight Council, really, they're just charging too much, to be frank, to be honest. I think the whole thing's quite a sham, quite a scam. Not really going ham. You hear me, fam? Yeah. I think we can end it there. The Void Ray, commander of the operation. We have Dark Templar as well. A stray, one random Dark Templar, but this way we have Nerazim both on and above the ground level, able to oversee, command the operation. As we move forward, the siege tanks actually did make their way down to the Natural. They will be picked off because they're a little close to that front wall, but I think they'll still be quite helpful here. Terran Bio proving effective up against slow zealots. The Dark Templar provides a little bit of a threat. We're going to need some form of detection. Scan remembered, scan completed. Unfortunately, we lost quite a bit on the way there. They're going to get the DTs, though. We could kite a little bit with these being slow zealots, but it's not going to be a... Okay. Where are we warping in? That's a dial-up pylon, my friend. Slow zealots from a slow pylon. There's just something that feels so right about that. Who am I to change what they do, what they have grown comfortable with? It's not my place. No. What's the, is it Prime Directive, right? Star Trek fans, we do not interfere with with the growth of a new colony or a new species that we find. Yes, I believe it's better if I don't interfere. We just enjoy, we'll just watch. Exactly. A couple more Stargates were added on, very far from the original Stargates. Zoning restrictions, as you know, on Frostline have been hell recently. The whole committee, county commissioners, all of the mess, it's just awful. And they only hold meetings at like 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like, come on. If you work, there's just no hope for getting your Stargates actually next to each other. The whole thing's just a mess, it would seem. Darren, how you holding up after your attack? The reinstilled fear of Protoss's existence clearly has done a bit of harm. This command center, both lacking in orbitals, planetaries, and SCVs alike. They'll get there, though. I see them. They're building up the army. They're getting all of the pieces together. I did see STEM. I did see shields. Everything's coming together. Factory production, a little lagging behind when we could be cranking out some siege tanks or some widow mines. I would say, given what I've seen from the composition, maybe a few widow mines, because the widow mines versus void ray is always good thumbnail material, always quality content right there. They'll help out against the zealots too. That's kind of a double reason, I suppose. Oh, got it. Found it. Planetary missile turrets on the way. The Protoss increasing their probe count rather substantially. 4 probes at a time, filling out that 4th base. This one over here, 3rd orbital. SCVs somewhat being produced. We're focusing a bit more on army right now, which I think is an okay decision at this point. You know, the Terran, this is kind of supposed to be the Terrans' moment. They're supposed to be kind of out on the map a bit, setting up some drops or some attacks. They got their stim, they got their shields, +1. It's almost here. We've got it. Unfortunately, though, the other thing we've almost got here is destroyed by a Protoss. Well, most of the Protoss. The planetary, not going to be able to do a whole lot here. The army starts to head outside. Siege tanks. Well, that's an early stim, my friend. Well, they'll get there in time still. We need a scan. Or our Dark Templar. They get it. Very nice. The TTs walk into the scan. I love it. Okay. Well, the Prism. What I tell you guys. Prism real estate right there. A few more slow zealots. You know charge exists. No, I don't think anybody knows charge exists. Do we have a Twilight? We do. We have a Twilight. We also have no production tab. Right? It's just blank, empty. Everybody, we're focusing. It's micro time. Okay. Gotta get all of these things under control. These zealot-shaped fires. These Dark Templar-shaped flood storms. Oh god, the wall. There's empty bunkers. We're a little early on that scan, but we'll get there. The scan, it's to intimidate. Maybe the Dark Templar will go away if we know they're seen. Well, follow-up scan. Solid. Great work. Cleaning up the DTs and not losing hardly any army involved with that. Unfortunately, the Prism's still here and getting quite a bit done. Oh my gosh, scans for days. The Venn scan in the main base. Oh, 3, it's still not gonna work. Good grief. You know about this Prism, right? Like, we can see the Prism. We see it, but we do not know it. Oh, a couple Marauders in the natural will clean up the DT. That's helpful. The army standing by. Oh, this Prism's gonna get it. The Protoss player had the Prism selected for quite some time. They could have gotten out of there. But we know at the end of the day, they couldn't. That Prism signed up for a one-way trip, and it knows it, I'm sure. We have successfully gotten +1 for every possible upgrade in the Protoss arsenal, you see. Armor, weapons, shield, armor, weapons, perfection. This means we can now actually get +2, right? Because we've unlocked the ability. Oh, I'm sorry, wait, you don't have to research all of them to get +2? No? Oh, shoot, okay, well, rip. My bad, we are speeding this one up. I am running out of material quickly and patience. You guys know I'm usually quite fine on the patience scale. We'll see. The Terran army, I think, wins this. I think the Terran wins this if they actually come to blows. The Terran has to get over the thing that all Terrans going to have to deal with, that existential threat of Protoss I mentioned. Moving out, luckily for this Terran, the weather seems quite clear. And if you catch my drift with that, dear Protoss players, you know that would be because there's no High Templar anywhere. We're getting Flux Veins. Void Ray's not really a great choice up against Terran. Much better to have things that, you know, don't suck, like Colossi or Storms. Disruptors way above what I would recommend for this individual, but they do exist, so, you know, you can play around with them. The Terran army finally makes its way over here, and I'm pretty confident that they win this. The oh god, this poor Archon, he's stuck behind the Immortals. The Void Rays, they're trying, but there's just too many Marines, I think. Well, I don't know, they're picking off a lot of the Marines. Alright, there's enough. They'll get the job done. Another stim goes out, the Void Rays are cleared, the siege tanks in the back really helping out. And it just ends. That was a perfect viewer game. Thank you. All the way through. Much appreciated, both of you. Very well-earned victory. Of course, congratulations to the Terran. Dear Timbo, well done. Way to keep your cool and work through the threat of a Protoss existing. I know it is a struggle, it is tough, but you made it. Well done. That is not all for today, though, folks. One more on the menu. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves on the map Roskalion, a 2v2 match to round things out today. Team number 1 here, apparently occupying the bottom right, is a teal Terran. It is Morkovka, I'm guessing. Their purple Terran ally Terran troubles. It is Vachi, I'm guessing. Probably not Vaci. I'm going with Vachi. I'm guessing this is a European server. Team number 2 here, occupying the upper left, red Zerg. It is Rip Maya Noose. There we go. And rounding it all out, the blue Terran ally for the Zerg. It is Logball. Creativity abound in the naming conventions. I hope that it translates well into the gameplay, into the builds, the decisions. I dearly hope so. We shall see what is awaiting us in this 2v2 match. Here we've got a proxy. Rax, actually, from blue. Okay. Going for Reapers. Now, this is not their only barracks. They do have one at home. So this is going to be perhaps a little bit of a sneaky 2 Rex, but slightly deceptive play. Blue also doing the due diligence, checking all around their bases. Yeah, the only player that's actually proxying anything is like, I need to check for proxies, okay? Because that's what I would do in this situation. And the rest of us are like, we know. We know it's okay. Also, an engineering bay. Now this one can't fly. Okay, this is not the Great Brood War anymore. Back in StarCraft 1, this one could fly, actually. Which, you know, provided a lot of really great opportunities for scouting, you know, with flying buildings, checking out things, because once you research some upgrades, or if you're going back and you don't need the engineering bay, just float it, fly it around, have fun with it. Let it have a grand old time, I would say. Blue, I'm quite admiring their creativity, their decisions. Ah, yes. Perfect. What's the choice? We've got the engineering bay before the 3-minute mark here. We proxied it out on the map. Did you make 1 Reaper from the 2? Okay, we got 2 Reapers, I think. Maybe. Well, the micro, the dance now ensues. The Reapers in control of the situation. Purple went for a very fast both command center and tech lab factory, and you can see it's not really working out well in their favor. If only we had something that was, you know, quite strong at dealing with early game defense or early threats that was made from that tech lab factory. Gosh, maybe some, what could we call it? What could we maybe call something like a tornado, maybe? A whirlwind? No, that's not quite right. Maybe a water spout, but then we'd have to have water involved. So can we have, what's a dry water spout, I suppose? Gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think. Man, what's another word we could call it? Oh, that's right, a cyclone. That's right. That unit exists. We could make it, but no. Instead, we're just gonna have it sit here, make a siege tank while the Reapers destroy half the mineral line. Okay. Perfect. Rant complete. How's the engineering bay doing? It got high-sec auto-tracking, of course. Nothing else going to be coming out from that. Factory being made back at home. Command centers galore, it looks like, going up to 3cc off the back of this aggression, which I don't wholly blame them for. It's going rather well for them. 4 kills, 3 kills on each, so very nice. The second engineering bay, although high-sec auto-tracking-less for now. A Bane nest from the Zerg, I agree. I agree with the choice. Too many Terrans here. They're probably going to make a lot of Marines. I'm going to need to figure that one out. Teal. We haven't seen a whole lot of Teal. They've been kind of building up their own stuff here. Oh, Purple tries to corner the Marines. The double team there, double tag. They will get it done. Teal and Purple working together. We'll clean up the 2 Reapers. How's my engineering bay? Still fine. No change so far. Red Zerg, how you been holding up? They've been using the time, I would say, very wisely that the Terran ally of theirs bought them, because they're blue Terran ally here. Are they the same team? Powered. Oh, they're on the same team. Okay, these two likely know each other. They probably even came in here with a plan that blue was going to make some early Reapers, get a bit of damage done, at least occupy the opponents, while red builds up a lot of drones, because they have, I mean, nearly double the worker count, triple in some cases, but nearly double the worker count of the other players involved here. I think this is going to work out pretty well. I think the Terran did their job. Now it's going to be the Zerg's turn, who has decided to roll the great Zerg composition dice, and everything came up Baneling. Yes. Centrifugal hooks, melee, plus armor on the way. Teal owning that production tab right now. Got all the things coming on stim. Did we get shields? We got shields. Plus 2 is almost halfway done. Wow. Look at you. Oh, not quite paying attention to those Marines, though. The Banelings will find their early connections. Teal. Wow, that almost reset the Marine count. This poor individual here, this one Marine, is the only survivor. Okay. What's our goal? What are we aiming for here? We're going to have plus 2 attack and armor for our 1 Marine. Republic Commando of StarCraft here. Okay. Purple. Have they recovered from their Reaper losses? They have, and they took somebody's advice and left a siege tank by the command. This isn't an orbital. It's always something, I swear. Always something. We have an attack command coming out from somebody. I'd be a little surprised if it was red, telling somebody to attack their own stuff. Oh, another Bane wave. Tower Defense Wave 2 unlocked, where they connect with your workers instead of your army units. Oh, how dare they. This is a lot of Banelings. What? This is a lot of Banelings we're seeing coming up here. Okay. 2-2 on the way for the Zerg as well. We're seeing Starship upgrades come up for purple, and 4 starports being built here. You know, you guys probably roll the starport dice here and tell me it's not something battle cruisers. I know, I'm looking at the numbers. I have the strong feeling of what roughly level we're looking at here, and I'm gonna say battle cruiser on the way. If it's not battle cruiser, I will eat my words. I will take it back. I will be impressed. But yeah, we'll see. We'll wait on that one. The starports do complete. Give them a tech lab. Give them a bunch. Give them all the tech labs. Yes, you have them chosen, selected. Reactors. I'm sorry, 4 reactored starports? What are we, mass Viking? What on earth have you seen that has necessitated mass Viking? I mean, they're not that bad. They're not terrible, sure, but it's certainly a choice that can be made. I think we're fine to speed it up for a little bit. Kind of a macro turn, it would seem. We have a lot of burrowed Banelings. I didn't even notice the Zerg got burrow. They did. They got burrow. And we're sitting at a very comfy 56 Banelings. They're not all burrowed, sure, but I would like to pretend they are. You ready? Okay. Blue and red, lining a few things up here, working together. Never surrender. It comes out from blue. I like it. The commitment, the ambition. What are we hitting with here? 72, 42 on the way, though. Going up to over 100 Banelings. Wow. We did the Baneling exclusive composition here. That gives me some good ideas. I quite like that one. Banelings, Marines, it's not a whole lot from Blue. Blue's been setting up their economy this whole time, though. We got a ping from Purple over here. It is Vikings, apparently. That's what the dice have landed on. Okay. I eat my words. I take it back. It was not battle cruisers. Much apologies, dear Terrans. Holy. Oh, the Banelings rolling up into the army as well. And connect with a decent chunk of the Marauders, unfortunately, eating a lot of the Banes. 5 siege tanks in position as well. Ah, yes, the Viking Wars. Purple wins in the numbers, though, and I think they have smart servos. They do. No, they both have smart servos. My bad. Everybody got smart servos. Viking, is this a legit thing? I don't play too many team games, okay? I really don't do a whole lot of team games. I don't have the time to be messing around with that. Is this a legit thing? Do Terrans go mass Viking in team games? Yes, I think that's very funny that's how that works out. Ah, here we go. I had it wrong. The wrong individual was going for battle cruisers. Okay. Now, battle cruisers, I'll say, pretty solid counter to Banelings. Getting +3 for said Lingbane. Purples, Vikings show up at a outlying Zerg hatchery. The drones. No, not the drones. These are some slow Zerglings. Slow Zerglings arrive and scare the Vikings away. Banelings rolling up here. Now, the Vikings, it's only if they want to commit, I suppose, will they actually have to deal with the Banelings. There's still a lot of burrowed Banes over here. Like, this could turn into something later. We will see. Attack Bangs. Lingbane. Widow mines sprinkled throughout the map. I like it, Blue. Thank you very much. Well done. Also, the commitment to pure Baneling. I like it. Red Zerg. Vikings. I don't mind it. I'm intrigued in it more than anything. Oh, I think somebody has spotted the Banes. Were these left on autocast? Did you do that? Did you know? Did you know, dear individual, you can right-click the Burrowed Bane's attack. It is on autocast. You can see it glowing over here, kind of hovering, moving around that icon. So that's on autocast, meaning if an enemy gets near the Baneling, it will automatically unburrow. That was a manual command by Red. Connecting pretty decently, taking out a chunk of the Vikings. Not enough to, I think, wound the Purple Terran into not moving forward or attacking, but certainly not nothing. Respectable amount. The battle cruisers, clearly the commanders of the operation, will hold down the defense against that which cannot fight back. Well done, battle cruisers. Oh gosh, that's a lot of Marines. Most of them will actually survive. Decent blender, I would say. We don't have any way of seeing how many Banelings successfully connected with their targets, their opponents. I could throw this into the replay stats afterwards and try to see, but we can see at the bare minimum 130 Banelings have been lost, have been thrown away, meaning connected with potentially nothing, killed. That's killed. Yikes. Teal pinging over here to commence the attack. Commence a bombardment, says a battle cruiser, I'm sure. Got Corruptors incoming. Red, the teammate we all need in our life here. Vikings will probably deal with the Corruptors rather well. At least they're not co-op Reynor Vikings, I suppose, with their splash damage. Queen's here to help out too. Marines will deal with the Baneling morphing in. The Queens and Thor combo shut down the cruisers. Vikings make their way up here. Now, this is the issue with Corruptors, though. The Vikings don't have to care. Yes, that is a problem. Thors show up, though, and Vikings, although they do have plus versus mechanical, I think the Thors are still probably in the heavyweight class division as far as mech units go. They probably got a bit of an edge. I would definitely bet on them in this case. Red and blue have been taking a bit more of the map as well while all of this is going on. So I'm a little worried, I think, for team number one's position here. The economics are going to start to dry up. The siege tanks are set up pretty decently. Corruptors, they're looking for cruisers. They do find them. They will get away. They ran very far away and were able to successfully get away, unlike some individuals in history I have been told, I have heard. With the spit on the command center will be successful. Vikings not able to get here in time to actually save the day. A few SCVs from blue. Better get this. The creep's coming. Siege tank still set up here, holding down the defense. Blue seems to have wanted to go into a bit more mech forces. See, a lot of Thors. I'm sorry, not mech forces, just Thorses. A lot of Thorses on the way, so happy Thursday. It probably is Thursday. I usually release my viewer games on said day of the week. The Baneling. The scouting Baneling. I love it. Missile turret. Oh, hitting the wrong cruiser, unfortunately. Well, the Widowmine's going to help out, too. Gosh, I'm not actually sure the cruisers win this. They're getting very low. Missile turret kills battle cruiser. There you have it. Corruptors will finish it off, clean up. 31 drones. You're already at 94, good sir. 125 drones. Okay, now that might be a little much. At the same time, though, if you're going for almost pure Baneling composition, I don't fault you, because you do need quite an economy to support that. Speaking of economy, purple not looking so hot right now. Natural is quickly mining out. The main's already done and dry. Moved the main base over here, it would seem. It's going to work out, maybe buy these Terrans a few more minutes. What is the plan? from these Terrans, though. I mean, battlecruiser Viking, certainly helpful for fighting Banelings, I suppose. Corruptors should deal with the cruisers pretty well, but I think the Vikings might win that fight. Yeah, Vikings helping out substantially. These Thors, don't switch them into cannon mode, I think. You probably have better luck, even if it's not doing the bonus. Just the splash damage alone is probably going to be helpful. Teal, a Thor of their own, recognizing, I can make those units too. You are not the sole owner and patent creator of the Thor. There you go. No copyright involved here. The Vikings. At least land them. This many Vikings, I mean, they might actually be able to deal with the Thors. This is a battle I kind of would like to see, more for my own testing, more for my own curiosity, because Vikings with their plus versus mechanical are not a terrible option. Oh my gosh, this engineering bay is still alive. Don't kill the Engi bay. Don't do that. No. No. Wow, the creep spread too. Rip. Engineering bay. Did they even get anything else from it? Well, they got some upgrades. I don't know if that was their only engineering bay or not, though. Beautiful fungal growth here. Infestor control from the Zerg. Color me impressed, surprised, imprised, or suppressed. Not the combination I was going for, though. Thor's struggling to make their way up the ramp here. The vision's an issue more than anything else. Even just one scan would have helped with this. We're not even going to get the siege tank. Oh, the siege tank with 1 health. 12 kills on this bad boy. Now, team number 2, they are starting to break through the Vikings shred the Thors. Holy moly. Land all the Vikings, get everything together, get a decent arc going. They do quite well. Infestors. Apparently. What the? 36 infestors. Excuse me? Did you get pathogen at least? No, we didn't even get pathogen clans. Oh, the fungal's gonna work out. Like, eventually. They took away my infested Terran, but they will never take away my will, my motivation to make infestors Indigos. Okay. Got it. 33 infestors. That was definitely not anywhere on my bingo card for today. Thank you very much. This base, still active, still operational. I'm pretty sure... Oh no, you can't see it actually. The creep doesn't go out that far. The tumor died down here. Need another tumor. Those are not safe work conditions at all. My kills. Yes. Yes, your kills indeed. If only we had something like a neural too. Wait. Are you throwing these away? They are. They're trying to throw these away, it would seem. Oh my gosh, that was a grinder. By design, they say. Okay, Red's having fun. Space for Banes. 36 infestors was quite a hamstring as far as supply goes, I will agree. Instead, they have decided to revert back to their original plan, original successes, it would seem. The Banelings are on the menu. Vikings still the choice from purple. Ooh, a solid run by from blue here is going to roast most of the SCVs. Do we have any sort of amount of workers killed? Quite a bit. Workers lost, I will say. The Overlord Swarm. Massive Overlords heading your way. Ready your air defenses. Sounds very familiar to me. I think that was the finale of Char. Hellions not going to do too substantially well up against that siege tank. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of Banelings. Banelings might be fine. They'll get the command center, clean up most of the army forces, quick, remake them. I like it. Thors, they will not be able to clear them all in time. And if the Banes decide to roll towards them, they will get it. Cost of a lot of Banes, sure, but the cost of a hatchery at home, too. The Viking counterattack. Team number 1 not dead yet. Certainly no money, but they've still got 23 Vikings to their name. 9 battlecruisers. They're getting work done. Multiple angles here. BC's contending with the Cyclones. The main base production in peril. Purple, moving the Vikings around. Static defense appears to be the hard counter. Not wanting to go anywhere near all of these spines and spores, I say. No, okay. Get another hatchery. Team number 2 in a bit of trouble now. Looks like they cleared another base. So at this point, I would say team number 1 only has their army. There's not enough money, not enough gas to actually replace anything. Good grief, kill the siege tank. The battlecruisers still wreaking havoc in the main base. The Vikings are doing their job of just kind of moving around the map, I suppose. Land them all, deal with the planetary. They should be able to get the planetary. Corruptors were made from the Zerg, going to force the BCs home, which is a win for team number 2. Although at great cost, Blue lost most of their production capabilities, as well as one of their mining bases here in the upper right. Chaos erupting on the map. The Lings appear to have gotten themselves into the base, start to pick off quite a few things. The naturals will be cleaned up. There's a command center just floating, holding its position, I suppose. 18 corruptors. Not a whole lot else, though. These are almost 3-3. No, 3-1. We've got 3-1 corruptors. Oh, almost. I don't think they'll actually make it very far. The Viking battlecruiser combo proving a bit too strong, a bit too successful. They need some help from their Terran ally. Unfortunately for the Terran ally, though, they've only got 1 mining base here. I don't think you need a lot of depots right now, dear Blue. I think what you need is just more production. The static defense coming in quite strongly, quite handily, I'll say, helping out. A few Zerglings here to help as well. Oh my gosh, are they going to do it? The Vikings, they're gone. 0 Vikings left on the map. That's it. Purple only has 1 siege tank to their name, and it's holding defense in the main base, just guarding the production, which means it's up to only 2 battle cruisers as well. I think we may have actually just witnessed possibly the end. I believe Red is going to be able to close this out. They've got a lot of money in the bank. They just need to get their units together to actually clean everything up. Freaking Terrans. So they're like, I got 2 battle cruisers. I got this. Okay, sure, you've got this. Oh, a couple of Vikings make their way to the back of the base here. The battle cruisers recalled. Not quick enough, though. Teal says, nope, it's over. I'm not saving you anymore, Purple. With that, team number 2 will be the victors. Quite a great match, actually. Solid back and forth. Interesting composition choices. Shout out to my 36 surprise infestors. Thank you for that one. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.